Kumodoe in Nkomo. Yes, or as a fraud and security expert. Mr. Kumodoe, Bibi Aboko there. The last 72 hours, Ghana experienced a very terrible news of killings of our security officers in relations to private assignment and in Yama. And reported by police for me, you know, crying, a bomb to soldier ni ba konso. And also, the gentleman arrested, who should video earlier, gentleman, not just a idea, he accusing the office of the vice president and call Fubi and our middle soldiers. Ever born assassin, Baya, and the baby Edu. What do you make of the air costume?
You are one of the senior journalists in this country.
Yes.
To me, I feel you are one of the people who speak the truth. And that is why anytime I'm fair and I'm happy to speak to you guys because you speak the truth. And our introduction is the summation of what is happening. What is happening, sir? You decide on say, Adena and in Ghana, say assassin, and I say SM who I do more DSM who na milife PM na national security DM. It's a back killing, bastardization of people in Ashama, in Tamanuta, in Ejura, in Tamale, Boko, almost every bad thing in this country. Now, the name of the military, and I said national security PM. So these two names in PM1, now the office of the president, and I said the one who boy, you know, not a PM. What has happened is the general public is reacting directly to the actions of the security agencies. They are just reacting directly to the responses of the security agencies. Because of near security agencies near and I say near politicians near somewhere one, Oma losing respect. Number two, fear now yedi mom any hobby. Number three, dignity now Obusiani serving or soldier one can say, oh, we are privileged to have this person serving the military or the police no yako. Number four, land guards now ya form military mono. Omo create some of this problem, and say, what is the nature of training and what is the nature of punitive action? The ban say Oma crossing red line. Because in security management and in fraud prevention, now you can't say non-punishable of offenses will always rationalize bad behavior and promote antisocial tendencies in society. Long grammar interest says, whether you're security or you're civilian. Young cancer and treno. Kwame su anasa kojoso himself or and Kosifi. And that is where we are now. To end on this point, Ocean yes, war Millennium City. And in the computer man can say the time Naminia Yenya Dokuma Wiyanu issues no kind about the land. Any office now guys need buy trouble and many of those things no. Among who say the same line is going now. And as I say, Ramon, two people, but was I say that Hokrana, Naya fat soldiers, near fat police for about assassination, your baby gas assassination. Then again, in Millennium City, guy now to tune the style and the speed at which of two and it say on him to and answer why you will be here, you're training the way I yet to do. And with that, you know, our anger, I'm not saying, here, they say, mean guys, wait. Some Konwa Obekumi, and she says some jurisdictions and can upon a trillion or none who are born who but on him, the power behind him, and she knows Ghanaian. And she mean, and then say, yes, bar, and your soldiers, na ye ushers where ye are say, Uber who soldiers, Napoleon, no more uniform, no more club, no more noom, sunny man. You don't know who you have touched, whose wife, whose girlfriend, who you have threatened with a gun or something. And to come now, the drinks meets your face, you know, now you have become a public enemy. And Ghana is a small place. People know what people can identify you. And this is what is leading to many of these things. In the North Shore, the general public is reacting directly to the responses of the security agencies.
You say the anti-vigilante law at the Bagana. In fact, Okain the art Nekrana, it criminalizes the issue of vigilantism. Yemfanya Jumana.
And the same office who signed the law is the same office that is breaking the law. Political nonsense. No political leadership. No security management leadership. Meaning the same speed that national security, military, police, throw letters, no responses to disassociate themselves with the particular guy. So I'm going to the same energy. Red human who say, Yama training, yeah, discipline, Yama discipline babak, Yama Anna babak, Yama here babak, Yama professionalism babak, and Kebabwa. And that is what they need to do. They are not doing it. They are mentioning names and letters. Say it's from the office of ABCD. What have they said about it? And they themselves have they been compromising in some particular ways? Who are these boys who comes from their offices? Why is the military not taking charge? Anytime there's something bad comes out, it will be the name of the military or the police. This is not the military or the security agency we sign up to. No, when we sign up, it wasn't NDC, MPP. I am always saying, say, yeah, now you 4,030 process. No? After 3 years of background checks, now you fire never copy.
I see.
And then, who are the people they put into the military? Yeah, time in the BNI. Put me worry any other person. Because who can worry, I have extra application. We have vet yet, Nika just said, Nipa wants me worry. Because for failing vetting, when you person worry now, you need to leave the job.
Wow.
And then we have lower some of those things and put in people who have no business being there. Once the selection process needs a flaw, and politicians in their nature capitalizes on every other thing to abuse it. Because this is where it will lead us to. What is happening is the military will go into communities. Someone named those communities, there were retired law enforcement officers. There were a man for almost what to a register to say in terms of difficulty almost to and Akoma said they are going to bastardize communities. They will go and meet the deaths they met in Millennium City because no one names a guy Nikita too. No one names a damn powerful too, and no one names he can shoot at that level. And the police report Johnny because there are three things. Either you take the gun from the guy, you sacrifice with your life as a police officer for Ghana to take care of you, which Ghana will not do, or Johnny. Ujanya identify who shoot the gun and let's use him as a point of contact for the investigation. And the police report you see the last option by running away because on himself, if the guy open it automatically, automatically or one inside.
Wow. I've seen a video of Sabrantia Omachini for allegedly killing military officer. Not earlier on my press conference. In the said video, also on my petition, the office of the vice president, because we bought one Aliyah or vice president office. On my on the corner was say assassin on one idea. Name wakwaji sika 2 million Ghana cedis. The power no you don't force or no be protect assassin ama womo. And with the military ebaho. The office of the vice president refer to the interior ministry and the security ministry. As we speak, Ubia Anka Wansem. Enra, 2 police officers dead. Yabo mutu sa. Ye babe twaba ewo Ghana ha. Sa niyama way should continue on weeks on. Implications ebe
Implications is one, about why Ghana in particular, and also West Africa, a national threat, Maya. In lessons about the year, some of the highest elements of national security threats. And I have started a series of teaching people how to protect the election processes. I'm only hoping and praying that a large majority of people will attend those training programs and teach them how you can go through an election without fighting or shooting a gun. Other than that, from the stories we are hearing from the U.S. of guns coming and how they have seized those ones, we don't know how many of the guns have come already. Small-scale arms for can say they have no control of monitoring. NDC is saying boot for boot. NPP is saying we'll break the 8 with strategy. Beaver machines and many of those things. The letter commissioner said some people are planning to destabilize the election. IGP said we are in charge. The military said they will come in. It's a whole lot of a mess up. We have no clue what we are doing. And see, this election, about the year one of the ones that a better
Hello. For Richard Kumodoe line no article connect him back quickly my na yinin komo wo hwe police for krata womo enso de aba over omo officer mienu a yabo omutua in a very very sad way and omo nso 2 off duty policemen shot na utie the detailed account police okay.
I know that I like him. In spite of trouble, they say he's causing in the police, but I love his leadership style. What we can do is making sure that his instructions are obeyed. Anybody who flout the instructions and got the red line, then we sort them out. Who sorting me out? The success is I now just by Monday evening after ballot papers nearby. You will get the same process, a security process. The same process I now will get it. The same process I now North, Asim North will get it. Other than that, if you leave it to the politicians, they will create a problem. Mimi, as an individual of training people how to protect the election processes, it's at the individual level. I wanted to be the whole country. I might not be able to be, but no, IGP, he has the power, he has the ability. That when he puts his feet down, let me call for elections, there will be no bloodshed. Other than that, it's not looking too nice for us as a nation.
Now, so just so we had standby metro men directly we are in who activities bia, but they were moving rounds. No more to take care mu koba. Though you almost or more involved in BBR there. But still, now or more.
What they would have done, I mean, a short passer because they were in a car. I also saw them because they were not getting involved in anything. That's why the police look on. But because we see a by-election. But about national elections, I would suggest, as part of security management strategy, let's sound the alarm warnings. Let's sound education. Now you can say, if you have nothing to do at the police station, whether you're macho man or you're slim man, don't get involved. When you get involved, the law will sort you out. So yeah, other than that, the elections to be elected to Ghana House. Many times our country was at the verge of breaking, and it doesn't look good at all. I have friends and families in Kumasi. They tell me, Barrage, we saw a gun being fired and people were running. We saw guns at several places across the country. I don't think that before Western education is helping us. Because about the end, say, the lack of education, but PhDs and doctors and masters and first degrees on empty vessels. Because any pandemic and in India. The governing nation, communities and families, we are losing it as black people, and that is my worry.
Statement General Police the bar and renumble. Say they are on a manhunt for 2 gunmen who fatally shot 2 off-duty police officers sitting in front of their private residence at Block Factory East Trasaco on Thursday, 6 p.m. Have you gotten there? It's animal with himself, South Africa. I'm going to
one, I bet you about contract killing. Number 2, now some political demonstration because East Legon closer to the place. Nim say these police officers were involved. Nim their personal life, who they have offended. Nim what is their relationship between those who shot them. We don't know. We can only presume. And in that presumption state, investigations, but having said that, before I say I'll be best shoot at that close range on a motorbike, because I won't know who they are looking for. So any mistaken identity, they know who they are looking for. And they knew that they will be there at that particular time. Many no more law enforcement agencies, whether police, BNI, immigration, military, yes. Personal attitude, you're taking it seriously. Your personal security, you're taking it seriously. The politicians be the human, but now say it's not in line with what you have been trained to do. Have the boldness to say, we don't do it. Now, yes, so I do it in a manner, say, It will suit professionalism, and you'll be praised as a professional police officer or military officer. Other than that, our city is becoming like Haiti, where any of these things could happen any day, anytime.
As we speak, the latest issue are a year more pressing. Our video here disturbing. The Boko. When you have prison and how do you call it? Soldiers, air clashing. Why do we get to this point? You who the Interior Ministry, you who the National Security, you who any of these security agencies officially issuing a statement to even that effect. First day, see, the second day was very brutal, and then also.
What about the partisanship politicians? They are not professional. Yeah, Kasa or figure ways to Makacha said the security structure of this particular government is they don't know what they are doing. Many of the guys who man the security agencies are politicians. They are partisanship people who have no business in security management. Makacha said the methodology and approach in Boko, it is what is fueling the Boko conflict. Then people are benefiting from the conflict because of the money that goes into it. Then again, because of lack of communication between the agencies, it will lead to a clash between the police and many other people. Today, it is the military versus prison. Because of Mr. Bowen, Boko, it is the way it is. No?
Yeah.
But you guys should come to us. And then both prison, fire, almost all of them have been trained in arms. And they have arms, sophisticated arms. Or trunk F on your way. It will be firearms against firearms. The police officers on the ground in Boko are people who have been trained in counter-terrorism. And they are masters of too many dangerous things. So if the police did not go to prison and they face the police, these guys might even be well trained and well equipped more than the military. And they will take them out in line of duty because they will see them to be enemies of combat. That is what we are getting to. My only fear is that common sense will prevail and reasons will come. Say, it's about the small oh my Ghana. Yeah, they do my show. It is not about the land cruiser. It is not about fanfare. It is not about fraud, criminality, and looting and all that. It's about service. Because when we have conscious stupidity and we have conscious ignorance and political leadership is broken, security management leadership is broken, well, you don't need a soothsayer, prophet, or Richie Kumodoe to say you are getting right there to the pit where nothing can be done about it.
Yeah, the national security, Omoma Bonten Mamekasai, prisons, Yehu statement, military, Yehu statement, and Yadi Huhiana, and normal.
Because Millennium City anyway by and you saw the speed that they issued the statement.
Yes.
There's always a fight at the top. Ubekaya, I'm one of the people in this country. I'm the only one in this country. I mean, can say right from the days of NDC. Said national security, there's no need to have operational team there. My country with my big fathers and uncle, they all came after me. I said, no, I still stand by it. Said, you don't need operational team and national security. Okay, end this time. The cars at Mahabo, what happened? Okay, national security for now, yes, almost no car, now, they were selling it anyhow. Guy, the officer to on Kuma is grouping people with that thing. MPP buyer, what did we see? The same operational guys, I was always one. Guy, not to say no whatever, Millennium City. People are linking him to all manner of places. They are running away. They need to act on issues of the agency. And that interrelation, anyhow. Why? Because there was National Security Secretariat. They went and created National Security Ministry on top of it. So it becomes bureaucratic, it becomes political, and it becomes partisanship. And either the professionals are finding it difficult to operate, or the politicians have hijacked the space as it is, and they are leaving them to go and cry, so that everybody will point hands at them and say, you have failed as a government.
Okay, so the year can't bomb in a Timamu. Is ya Uko Boba Kuremua, a Kamia Quest, a dear Betty Bia. You're young for but akwai say yen shada nkan wa say because police for no kra no unyo obi an wa friend kra ne na di nkomo nti say yen issue statement ama nya kese we mu a o ma ye wi o mo phones ye ji o mo sika ne ade wo ye mfitire ade chobo ya are we losing it to that point and what must we do as a mind?
Number one, I mean, name the entire damper this policy nearby. Communication must come from only the national headquarters. They haven't taught them how to speak properly. And when Kwesi left the system, but I've not said free market is also there. Maybe they need to go on a security communication drive and educate the people around the country because it's not everything that has come from national headquarters. It doesn't look like that. And even in security management, in so many countries all over the world, it has been decentralized. By we put everything in the hands of the IGP. So they monopolize it and they also are afraid to say, we are the problem. But into almost everything, let's come to head of it. And it's creating a problem for media and for general public and for almost everybody. It is something that I must look at it again. Now, to the public who is losing trust in law enforcement and almost everything, I've told you, they are supposed to maintain law and order, and then lawless. Public safety, crime prevention, and then they are involved in many criminal activities. And so who do you call? The general public must take their personal security seriously and take their own life into their own hands. In doing so, they will acquire guns. And when you acquire a gun, whether you license it or not, when somebody steals your precious items or rape your wife and kill your daughter, and you have a gun in your hand or you have a cutlass, they will not call IDP and they will not call Kofi in Akoma. They will fire and they will kill whoever is standing before them. And that is what we are getting to as a nation. I say that we are losing it, and it is high time reason must prevail for somebody to wake up and say enough is enough.
Be a friend. I do a feeling out to her, Richard Kumodoe, or fraud and security expert. Na ye didn't come out by a bamboo or my Ghana. May more concern, Sir Ghana, if you saw here near Maudwa Ecoswa, so sad. Meaning, idea way, ABN and fire drink on, but that will be my last question for you. Who shared the rate at which, and I'm sure video be a boy be what they. One of the energy drinks. Now, or the spices here, muko, a woman, ediagum. Now, one movie, I think, says, we crow. We are a boy, see, and near no bonia or mononom, or more yet mixes of artificial no, just to get energy. Yen Timmy Fabi be to control, sir, no bonia, maybe starting on me.
Oh, we can. Now, say just election, some A, B, C, D, B, we can't say it's politics. As for this, your politics and uselessness of it, I don't know where you brought it from. But what you are doing, you are just destroying the state. Nobody thinking because they know, say, if the boys have become dysfunctional, delusional, dimensional, dementia, that is the only way they will control them. And then about the individual responsibility as parents. So you keep your eye on your children because they will become somebody in future tomorrow. When you leave them in the hands of these politicians, they will mess them up. And many of the things they are doing, and now only said maybe one of the days you guys need to do an investigation on Standard Board and Food and Drug and find out why certain people are standing trial in this country. Some of the countries now, Janini and Nasa meat and many of those things, Nika. Janina Pro now, they are supposed to dispatch it before they see them. Our people import it here. So the food you are eating, almost everything you are eating, it is cutting down your energy levels and your longevity. Only say in terms of work output. As for you, I know you like work. Yeah. But only say averagely, Ghana work output used to be 65%, and then I drop it to 42%.
Wow.
Your productivity rate. Meanwhile, in some other countries, about 96. Because of a journey, now, you said the even what you are eating, rice has no nutrients in it. They have pure fiber. Nothing. We have messed up almost everything. People will go to Choba as the women finish cooking the food. Now, some new strategy about the then boys will also come and be grinding some things. and they putting all manner of things into it. Don't you know, say, Diani, and our mothers and sisters say the food, the soup is already cooked. You are not supposed to add salt or anything to it. Don't you know that you are destroying your liver and many of the things within your system? Then you too, you are on some kind of alcohol. You don't go on exercises. You eat rice, you eat fufu, and you drink a soft drink, Fanta, Coca-Cola, and you think, oh, Bob, you will die. Oh. You will die, and politicians to come and do political yama. And see, today, I'm using this medium to say, let's take care of ourselves. The food you eat is important. Power, that's very important. The water you drink is important. Where you even stay is important. The people who are your friends, negativity can cook you up to death. It's important. Once you look at many of those things, human security and public safety can be guaranteed. Other than that, we are killing our people, and this nation and this country is being washed away, and nobody is reasoning up. All the big people we know in this country who can talk, we either kill them or they die naturally. If Papa Joe were to be alive, I know he would have spoken about many of these things. But everybody is quiet, and people are afraid, or people are dead. And that is what we are, and that is where we are as a nation.
Rabani, Mamen Fawunsia, na we still have not had time at Yan Transfer Studio.
One day,
I will be more grateful, my brother.
Thank you.
Nyamishra Pa. It was about Richard Kumodoe, fraud and security expert, and what is here, aiding common. For voice note, a Bremen, they didn't come up from Menshia, Yami had on the 12th.